Acceptable to who? You spend years trying to become acceptable. Acceptable daughter, acceptable partner, acceptable mother, acceptable employee, acceptable woman. Nobody ever says it out loud. No one hands you a rule book. The world just teaches you. A look, a comment, a rejection, a relationship, a workplace, a classroom. 100 tiny moments that all carry the same message. That version of you isn't quite right. So you adjust a little here, a little there, until one day you're carrying a version of yourself built almost entirely around avoiding other people's discomfort. Then social work handed me a question that pissed me off because I couldn't stop thinking about it. Acceptable to who? Not acceptable. Acceptable to who? Because that's a completely different conversation. Who decided I was too much? Who decided I was too loud, too emotional, too intense, too direct, too opinionated? Who decided taking up space was a character flaw? Because when I look back, I don't see a woman struggling with confidence. I see a woman responding exactly as she was taught. Not the idea that people are shaped by the world around them. We all know that. It's realizing how many things I've blamed myself for that were never mine to carry. The more I pull at that thread, the more things unravel, especially as a woman. Be capable, but not intimidating. Be attractive, but not too attractive. Be confident, but not outspoken. Be successful, but don't make anyone uncomfortable. It's like being handed a game where the rules change depending on who's watching. And if you're neurodivergent, good luck. You become a full-time investigator, reading faces, reading tone, reading rooms, trying to work out which version of yourself is acceptable today. Not because you're fake, because you're trying to survive, because you're trying to belong. The problem is that after enough years of doing that, belonging and conformity start looking like the same thing. But they're not. Conformity asks, what do I need to change about myself to be accepted? Belonging asks, where can I be myself and still be valued? That's the question that got me. Because suddenly the focus wasn't on fixing myself. It was on questioning the standard. And that's where things get uncomfortable. Because the more I think about it, the more I realize I wasn't born believing I was too much. I learnt it, just like so many of us do. Maybe that's why the Marilyn thing hit me. Not because of the dress. Because 100 years later, women are still carrying the same bullshit. Different century, different packaging, same message. Be smaller, be quieter, be easy to digest. And honestly, I'm tired of digestible. I spent decades trying to become acceptable. I know exactly what it costs. Your voice, your instincts, your weirdness, your joy, your fire, your truth. The cost is waking up one day and realizing you've spent years performing a version of yourself that everyone else finds comfortable while feeling like a stranger in your own skin. That's a fucking expensive price to pay. Maybe freedom starts the moment you stop asking whether you're acceptable.